compliant in terms of the activities that they needed to take care of. We also were able to put to tender the arrangement back to tender, and we now have 2 contractors in the companies of Nature's Paradise covering phase 1 and 2, and Terrascape covering phase 3 and 4. We also saw additional phases or open spaces being handed over, which again, the more open spaces are handed over, is the higher what? Is the higher what, guys? Yes, the human resource, yes. The maintenance costs to maintain those open space will be. And again, that comes from the maintenance fee. So we have seen some increases there. And we're hoping that with the beautification project, there will not be a need to, it will reduce the need to be maintaining frequently certain areas. And we are contemplating as well other options like stone grass in certain areas to ease some of the maintenance costs. All right. Security. So this is an important area of our community. And we were able to do a number of things with some of what we mentioned a while ago in the projects. And we will continue to work in this area to ensure that we're not compromising on our security. The phase 5 gate, I gave an update on that, and we'll have that actively in July. The idea, sure. Yes. Maybe use a mic. Or Sharon. Yeah.
So I will observe the
yeah, go ahead.
Observe that the place manual barrier at the gate.
Mm-hmm.
That they're gonna have a security guard to raise that barrier.
All right, so it's not activated, so it should not be used for entry.
Okay, so when it's activated, what that barrier is really
permanent? All right, so what will happen is that is temporary. Okay. What you see at phase 1 will be replicated and improved at phase 5. All right. So earlier I was telling you that we have engaged the services of ABC already. We have paid the deposits in terms of the same equipment and those other things. And based on the last update, those are in transit and should be getting early July. All right. So the installation of those will start happening before we fully activate. All right. But what is going to happen though is that the phase 5, what we're thinking about is in stone yet, is that we want to make one of the gates fully automated. So you will only be accessing that with your cards. And we'll only maybe have one security at that gate. And then the other will be fully manned by security. And that will be now for non-compliant visitors, etc. And it might be the gate to travel a longer distance. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. All right. Hand up. Hold on. All right, so I'm seeing Jennifer Hudson. Could you go ahead, Jennifer?
Hi, yes, good evening. I'm not sure if you touched on that topic, probably because I might log on, I'm not sure. But can you tell me, is it the same? I know you mentioned it the last meeting about the building that's in phase 1. So it is still the same building that's going to go up with the school. Just touching on that. Not sure if you had touched it.
No. Mike? All right, no, I haven't touched that. And the reason for it is that we had a meeting with the proprietors and a communication was sent out to the community. Maybe you have not received, outlining all the different concerns that way is the plans for the, and generally how things will be managed in the construction phase. So what I will do in the interest of time is ask the team to circulate that vision. So it's still earmarked for a school. So it's an early childhood facility and care. And the communique is a whole heap of information, 2 pages long. So I'm going to circulate that back. I'll ask the team at the office to send it back out in email. Or you can reach out to your captain because it was well. All right. Kirk?
Thank you.
Kirk Michael?
All right, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, man. In regards to the phase 5 back gates, that is should be open. Will the residents allow access to an active construction site? Isn't that the reason why that gate is closed but open?
Referring to the side gate or the phase 5 gate?
It's because you have to enter that gate in order to go through to the no, not the side gate, the phase 5 gates. Isn't that construction?
So we're still in discussions with Gore because we met with them last week to get an update in terms of the work in the area. So we will ensure that once the gate or before the gate is fully activated, that all the safety and security concerns are taken care of. Right? So we are in discussion, and those discussions will continue before the activation. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Everall, that's a hand.
Yes, thank you very much for acknowledging me. Just a follow on the same chat question that, of course, you did address. I think that you would have been given professional advice on this matter to deal with the taxation of the company. Right?
That's correct. So we have both a lawyer, persons from the TAG that we're speaking to, and also persons from the Department of Society that manages the applicant for charity status.
All right, fine. Of course, the registration of a charity does carry with that of really high cost. But I don't want to get into that. What I ask is what income of the association are you advised will be subject to tax?
So we have to pay tax on all the monies that are collected by the association.
And if you get that advice from tax authority, that is not. If you get it from a professional, you probably consult them again. I don't hold a meeting with this sort of technical stuff, but you need for consultation.
Oh, I was muted, sorry. So Sir Everall, I'll engage you further on it. It's a meeting, so I will share my number with you and we'll have further discussion on it. All right? Because we
No
don't
problem.
the number is 863-7805, and I'll put it in the chat as well.
Okay then.
All right, 2 more quickly. Chambers, go ahead. Here in Chambers. Tucker, go ahead.
Evening, everyone. Just wanted to ask about the tire shredder at the gate. Shouldn't it be down in the ground or something? I just feel like I am at um speed bump or police something.
So
I think it is too high.
yes, thanks for
It's
raising
normally
that one.
down.
Thanks for raising that one, Toko. So earlier I mentioned that there are some additional works that are going to be done at the gate in terms of road work. So it includes that. So the team came. We're going to make it. They assessed it the other day. We're going to make the engagement of it smooth. All right. So based on the type of site that is placed, it's not one to be submerged underground. But we're going to make it a little more smooth for persons to engage. All right, that discussion. All right. Sorry. Still getting used to these virtual mixed meetings. All right. So I was saying that way on the community outreach and well-being. Although we're impacted by COVID, we were able to have a number of team building, and community bonding activities during the. So we had webinars on mental health, health fair, phase events, dominoes, football. Who won the domino tournament again?
Phase 3.
Okay. And who won the football one?
Phase 4.
Phase 1. We had pop-up shops. We had pop-up shops, jerk fries, Christmas tree lighting, caroling service, concert, and our recent barbecue, which had some challenges, but we're thankful for the support. So this sort of engagement will continue. The PRO team did an excellent job given challenges, and we're able to bring the community closer. Finance and auditing, I'm not going to be going too much into that. So the treasurer here provide additional information on same. So just to close though, I want to say a big thank you to the executive, members of the executive that I lead, the phase and the special committees, the office staff, the captains, the co-captains, who have volunteered their time and effort to help us to realize this vision that we're working towards. All right. The year had some wins and we also had some challenges, but your support made it manageable. All right. And we just need to continue to offer ourselves in the service of our community, the betterment of our community. And on behalf of the exec team as well, this is the final meeting like this for the tenure. I want to say a big thank you to our fellow residents for your show of confidence, ability to lead. All right? And it was indeed a privilege to have served and lead the community. It's indeed a pleasure serving and making our contribution to the continued growth and development of PPV. All right? And as usual, we say one team, one vision, and working together to achieve said vision. All right. So, any last questions on the chairman report before we get into the finance matters? No. All right. That's good. So we're gonna shift gears a little. We're gonna move to the next point on the agenda, is the treasurer's report. All right. We're seeing a question in the chat about the school. Who is responsible? So it's private proprietors. All right. So it's not Gore that is in charge of school. All right. So the land, the school is owned by private persons, and those were the persons who were engaged, and they are members of community as well. So they own property in the community. So they have a vested interest in ensuring that the facilities to manage, that it doesn't negatively affect the community, and it works to us all. All right. So they have been partners with us. They've been, very accessible in need to speak to them and engage with them, able to share that update. Engagement, and we jumped on it based on what we saw, and they have been working with us to improve the platform to better serve the community. So they are here to do a presentation to us, a quick overview of what the platform is about, and I will ask Keisha from it. I'll ask Keisha to introduce her team. All right.
Okay, thank you, Melanie. So good evening, everyone from the VM Property Services, the VM, the Umbra. We have our property services now.
Hold on. We're in stop now. For us to maybe see clearly, to just maybe come back on one side, please. So they can get a turn and everybody sees it properly.
As Morgan, she is the property services manager. She's going to say a few words. And the online we have Ricardo, they're our manager and also one of the main developers of the Crackman application. Ricardo is going to be making the demo, and our main focus for this evening is the portal. You guys can hear me, right? Yes. Singing skills. But Ricardo is going to be the demonstration of the property owner portal, and the main focus is on you guys. So because we've done presentations to the administrators already, so tonight is for property owners are here. So I'm going to give the mic to Alison while I continue setting up.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening, residents of Phoenix Park Village. How are you? I noticed you're very accommodating and flexible, like we keep playing musical chairs and no one is complaining. That must be a nice neighborhood to be a part of. So congratulations on being really, really flexible. So we're here from the group, and in the VM group, we have several different entities. We call them AEs. One of them is the VM Property Service, of which I'm a part, and we collaborate with VM.
Okay, we'll see what is happening as well.
Nine. Ownership of property. Here. All right? Yeah. Well, yeah. We having discussion where they said that we could under their lease agreement. All right. So what will happen is that when they leave, that lease agreement will be null and void, and we will then have to negotiate an arrangement with authorities. It is no, but what I'm saying to you that the option that we are looking at in terms of irrigation, we are now changing that arrangement because we were told what it requires to maintain the well and to also get a pump for that sort of arrangement is costly, not cheap. Right? So we already have water connected to some strategic point. We're looking at those options, but that is still something that we need to further look at because it comes at a hefty cost. All right?
I just want to understand what you said about the areas that are private.
Yeah.
So we move away from the well. Am I to believe that that area over there where it's still being built, it's private?
Right.
Before the development.
If you look at map that would have gotten, it is on it specifically stated. So the same way we buy our property, they bought their property.
Which is good. No problem.
Yeah, man.
Where
I don't like some persons.
Yes. So, really, here is what I want to speak to.
So this is going to be the last question. Then we're going to quickly turn over to Jim. All right?
No problem.
Yeah.
So, one is the one maintenance. But first, let's get rid of that. So, they're going to build a school or a nursery. Right? I'm sure it's going to be a lot of noise. Since holding, right? So even though it's privately owned, they're going to create something that creates noise. Or persons there who lives there, they're going to be comfortable with that.
All right. So what I want us to do, I think it's important for us to maybe circulate that bulletin because it covers a number of those area of concerns that which you raise. So I think I want us to use our time very wisely tonight. And already I'm in darkness. So what I'm going to do is to circulate back that bulletin because it treats with that concern, the management of traffic, the access to the community, and what are the proposals to treat with it. All right. And how they are going to be managing the noise and all of those things there. So let me share that again with the community, and that should possibly ease some of the concerns that they have.
Thank you. So this one is very fast now, and just last before we move to the next thing, right? It's very important. I realize I've been overhearing that maintenance collection is the biggest problem association face, right? Because without the collection of the maintenance, then nothing can move forward. That's basically the engine, right? And I want to know what are some of the drastic measures that will be implemented in order to control that, because at the end of the day, I can't be paying for somebody else's security. Understand? If I am paying, you can live here and just enjoy the benefit of all the things.
I have it in the report, but the treasurer is going to speak to compliance, and when you speak plans, then I'm going to share with you what are the measures and that have been taken and what will be taken. And this platform is going to help us to that greatly to resolve some of the challenges that we're having. All right? Yeah, man. So let me move. All right, guys, let me focus here. So I want to now hand over to VM Property Services, all right? And then we'll continue the other discussion. And we'll have a break after VM where we serve some breaks, all right, before we get into it.
It's not talking yet. It's as much as it is, it can go. I was telling you, it's my speaker can go loaded. That I was asking you for the speaker for the 1 second, Matthew.
So this is not connected to the system.
No.
Persons here with the
Matthew, can go ahead now.
Right, Latoya, your mic is opening, it's providing a lot of feedback.
1 second, we're not here. Matthew, go ahead. Not hearing you yet. Don't turn off your mic. We just listen. Go again.
Yeah.
It's muted. Go again. Yes. Go again. Matthew, go again. Matthew, go again. Yes. You can start. Start, Matthew.
Sorry, we're not hearing online.
You have seen a QR code at the top of the page. That QR code, when you click on it, essentially what it would present to you is a personal, unique code for yourself, property owner, that the security personnel, if you guys have any, they can also log into the app and they can also scan that QR code. And so we put in provisions in place for, let's say, for example, I'm not sure how you guys access to the gate at Gate Park, but if it's a sticker or if it's a card of some sort that you use to go through, and let's just say, for example, you collect that card, the security guards are also equipped with the application, so they can also scan this and pull up your information and say, hey, this is Matthew Ornsby, and you're also a resident, of the security guard will say, no problem, I'll let you through. Right? So So let's X that out, right? And just moving across right on the top of the dashboard, we can also see your current balance as well, right? So current balance in this case would indicate how much money that you owe to the particular to Phoenix Park. Right? In this case, my balance is negative, which means I'm done for overpayments. Right? So I actually have nearly $3,000 in overpayments, right? Next thing I want to highlight before we start going to the menus on the side as well is there's a red icon in the top right corner. When you click on that red icon, it essentially gives you alerts, right? So for example, let's say something is going on in the community that I've noted. So maybe, I don't know, I've seen somebody who's suspicious, they're walking up and down the road, I'm not too sure who they are. I can send out an alert where I either alert the property admin, right? In this case, property admins or administrators will be persons who are on the committee at Phoenix Park, right? Or I can alert everyone in the community, right? I don't have to alert you, but I can go ahead and just type message and if I choose it, it should be noted that any security personnel that has been onboarded into Phoenix Park community, security guards will also take the alerts automatically no matter what. I don't know that hey, there is a suspicious person going on my road, so they can take action based on as well. And so let's start off now, right? I want to just kind of go through some of the menus that are available to you on the side. The first one is a bulletin board, right? So a bulletin board, it acts like a physical bulletin board. We just digitized it, right? So on it, the citizens can go on and they can make comments. Not comments, they can make posts, right? And upload an image. If so desire, in this case, this particular person who's logged in, Ricardo Hyde, he went ahead and made a post. Welcome to Phoenix Park Village, and he uploaded the image in this case. To the left, you get a reminder of who the board members are and so forth. We do have a feature coming on our roadmap to a person to be able to do comments and like. So you'll get that in a couple months. Right, so I have that as well for the bulletin board. The next one you're going to see on the sidebar right now is accounting. So accounting, we have two options. First one, bills, and second one is prepayment. So we're going to start with bills. So bills are essentially any type of bill that the property admin will have sent you. All right, so they can send you maintenance, of course, and the system does do that automatically every month for the property admins, as well as some reminders and so forth. But there's also, one-off bills that the property admins might want to send you as well through the portal, right? So, for example, I don't know, maybe there's my child, as an example, went and broke the door on the guard's house. So that's my response. Where we spoke with the property admins or the committee members, and they said, hey, that's the amount that you have to pay, no problem. Property admins can simply just create a bill and send it through to me, right? And I can receive it. The great part about once I've received it, right, I can go ahead and make a payment. So there's two actions that are available to me on every bill that has not been fully paid, right? The first one is to view the invoice, right? So let's click to view the invoice for a second. Right, so in this case, I view the invoice and I get a detailed invoice, what it's about, the cost, any taxes that might apply to it, and so forth. Right? And then underneath that invoice, I can see a pay. So I can see where I have done two payments so far, right? One for $150, one for $300. See any attachment that I might have uploaded, that particular payment as well. I can see where payments are currently pending state. Now, if you go to the left of where payment status is, you will see the payment method column. That says that the payment methods were check and other local transfer. So they're in a pending state because essentially I paid through other means just on the platform. So obviously the property admins, or in this case, the treasurer, I would assume, they would have to be the person to check their account to make sure that hey, the money did hit and then approve it, right? So let's go back to the top. There's two more available to me. The one is to build, the other one is make payment. For now, I'm going to click back to those for a second. I can click make payments, right? Right. So, and if I click make payments, right, it's essentially which demonstrates you know, all the different payment methods available on the platform. Or we just make a payment to this particular bill that I received. I click select payment options that are available to me, right? There's a credit one. That's the last one. I'm going to call that in a second. We're going to prepayment. Essentially, you can select any particular payment that you want, and you can go ahead and make that payment. So let's exit and press close. Right, and remember earlier when I talked about that there's two actual view, the view, and the other one was to go ahead and well, the other one's about so that same action is the make payment, which you have seen on the detailed view for the particular bill as well. So you could have gotten to this to make a payment in either one of those screens. So let's exit this off, and then we're going to go ahead and go to payments. Now, prepayments is effectively I had some extra money, right? So let's say, for example, it was Christmas, got a bonus, right? And I decided that, hey, what's my bonus? I'm going to take $10,000. I'm going to put it towards the community as, you know, a credit for me, saying that essentially, if there's any more bills that I incur, hey, let's take it out of this money that I've given you to help for me effectively, right? So I could have created a prepayment, so to say, right? And what would happen is that earlier when we looked at the make payment screen before, for that credit line, essentially that credit line would have given me the option to dip into that prepayment money that I would have had as well. I can also click create payment as prepayment, sorry, right? And once I click on that, I basically get options in order to be able to state how I made a prepayment. So let's go ahead and just hit that create prepayment button. Right, and it's similar to when you're making a payment, but in this case, it's a prepayment. So it's not a payment being made directly to a specific invoice, but rather I'm saying, hey, for this particular unit that I have, I'm putting some cash down for any expenses that I'm going to incur going forward, right? And I can go ahead and, you know, apply it as I see fit. So when I exit off now, I want to move right along to the next menu. So in this case, I have documents, right? So let's click on documents. Now for documents, there's two folders that are available to you. The first one is public folder, right? And essentially, this folder will contain any document that's the entire community. In this now, we'll have a meetings folder that is there. We might have some stuff related to meetings. We could have like these notes, any particular that might have came out of my ticket there, right? But essentially, in that public folder, any file that is placed here is here for every single person in the community to see, right? So a good file that will be placed there is such like bylaws, for example, for a particular community. That would be a good one. So when I press back, I'm going to talk about quickly the second folder that's there, Unix folder. So essentially, for every property that's within the community, you get a folder that's specific to them, right? So if, let's say, for example, my brother and I own a particular Phoenix Park. Sorry, go ahead, please.
1 second, please. 1 second. Person is on Google Meets, not seeing you.
We are the screen.
My screen.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead now, please.
All right, no problem. All right, so essentially with the Unix folder, it's specific to the homeowners of this particular unit. So let's say, for example, my brother and I, we own a particular unit at Phoenix Park. What that means that the contents of folder only my brother and I really want to see what's in that particular folder. So for each unit, it's a folder for itself to basically store things that are directly related to the upkeep of this particular unit. Moving right along, so we're going to go to meetings. For meetings now, what happens is that the property admins or the committee members and Phoenix will have the ability to schedule meetings on the platform itself. Going forward, the owner will essentially be able to look in and get this nice calendar view, see a meeting. So for example, on the 25th of June, we had a meeting that happened. Let's click on that one for a sec. Right. Essentially, the meeting details right there, you'll be able to see the meeting, right? As well as see who the different attendees are, and be able to join the meeting online through the platform. So hopefully next time, we won't have to be doing what we now be having Google Meets as well as Teams as well, right? So it's very, very quick, very straightforward. Not much for you guys to do within meetings. See, I mean, as well as get reminders as well about the meetings and so forth, right? And then be able to just join them and participate. And you get the same features as you get in tools that we're using now. You also get polls in it as well, and so forth, all that stuff. And I want to right now because of internet bandwidth, we're having a little bit of a problem with so much calls around. Right now. But move on.
Hearing Matthew now.
All right, so let's next that off. Right along. All right, so next on request. Right. So requests are essentially requests to cover any type of complaints that you want to direct towards the property administrative property admins for a community, right? Or maybe even suggestions, right? So hence why it's called request, because a request really, from our perspective, it can be a complaint or it can be a suggestion, right? A suggestion could be something like, hey, maybe we need more street lights, as an example, right? Or as we can see here, there's actually a complaint. In this case, fix the light post, right? And this particular request that has been made and was reported by Ricardo, it comes up as red, specifically because it's actually past the due date for when we should have seen some type of resolution on it. If you click on it, right. So when you click on it, we can see who's assigned to. We can see when it was due. We can see the priority, the status of it, as well as the description. And because the person who created this particular one, they also have the ability to make modifications to it as well. Right, and the property admin, all requests that everyone in the community makes, but as a property owner, you're only going to see the ones that you've made. You're going to see just the one you've made, right? And obviously the property admins can do updates on it as well. One thing I want to, so let's exit off for a second. And one thing I want to call out is that when you click on Murex, something that wasn't here on the one that was created already, is the ability to attach an image, right, onto the request as well. So if you click on new request, you actually have the ability to attach up to 5 images or PDF onto this particular request. So if example a request that we might have want to make in this case, it's a complaint, is that the garbage has to be collected in 3 weeks. The place looks like a mess, so forth. I took a picture of it, just to make sure that you can see what I'm seeing, right? Obviously, I can upload as well. All right, so let's X this off. And just off with the last 2 menu options. Right, so next one is visitors. Right, so essentially what would happen here is that if I have somebody coming to me, right, normally, it's where I live, I would call the security guard and I say, hey, security guard, Ricardo, he's coming on this day at this time, please let them in, right? Now, I don't know if you guys have this way, I don't know if you guys have this way, I have this problem with the security answer. Maybe we're just dealing with somebody who's at the gate at this moment in time or whatever, but they weren't able to get to the call, so we have to keep calling a few times before I get through, right? So with this visitor management piece, essentially what I can do now is just simply log in and I can go ahead and add a visitor, right? In this case, I already have a visitor that I've added. This person is John Doe, right? And they're coming to my lot, which is 4444 block B. Today is tomorrow. The access record is walk in, and that's the video at the moment. So if I click on John Doe, see the information there. Right, so I can very quickly just get a pop-up and see all the information for this particular person. Notice that there is an image. The reason why there is an image for this particular visitor, because what that is, when I added the visitor, I actually uploaded an image of the person to help the security guard as well. So let's exit off and just click on add visitor to show you all the options that are being adding a visitor. So sorry, Ricardo, you could exit this off, please. All right, so let's go to add visitor. So we're adding visitor, essentially the first and last name for the person. We can add lot. Because once again, they're coming to a specific lot within the community. In this case, the person who's logged in Ricardo only has one, but we have had more than one lot in the community, so I can specify. From here, I can say the person's a visit. I can set the date that the person is coming, the time of visit, the ID that the person is going to use when they come to the gate, the ID number, purpose of visit. The purpose of visit, to click on that particular drop down, you'll see where it has personal, business, work, or the person might be present. Right, and next one we have access method as well. So access method we're talking about whether the person is walking in or if they're driving in. And what I can do is I can put an email address for the person if I so desire. Oh, sorry. And I do driving. More options become available, like putting the person's plate there and so forth. If I know it, it's optional though. And something else to let you guys know that when you guys get access to the system, ID type, ID number, purpose of visit, and access method. We recognize that might not be something that you might know right off the bat, for the person. So those will actually be optional. It's mandatory right now, but when you get access, it will be optional for you guys. Right? And that is really cool that you can do is that you can add an email address to a particular person. So we decided to add an email. Sorry, Ricardo, you can just go back to the app. Right, so we decided to add an email address for the person for this particular visit. The person will receive an email. Similar to earlier when we were on the dashboard and we saw that the residents, you as the residents will get you can use to show the security and say, hey, I'm Matthew and I do live here. Right, the security can scan that QR code that your visitors receive, right? And from there they can see that John Doe is coming to Ricardo Hyde. Ricardo Hyde lives at this particular lot and so forth. Details for the person. If there's an image, they can see the image that the owner had uploaded if they decided to do that, right? And match it back and say, okay, this is John Doe, no problem. You can go through, right? So it should ease the process of getting people in and out. Of course, it's optional. You don't have to put the person's email if you don't know it. Because the person can still just come by the gate and tell the security guard their name, and security guard can just put their name in. The system will pull up the same information as well. So there's two options there, but obviously the email just would help to make things move a bit faster. So we're gonna X this off and just go to the last menu option for the sideboard. So the last one is profile, right? And I mean, it's pretty much in terms of, it's not much that you can do. But first name, last name, company if you have one there, that is also optional. When you get the system, that would be optional, right? And the email address, you can change your password if you like to, and then you can see properties that you're in. In this case, Ricardo sees more than one because the portal the system that we built, it's for multiple communities, right? So in properties that Ricardo does actually manage, so that's why you can see it listed there. But just kind of get a one screen for everything for this case, right? And then the last thing I just want to talk about as well is the question mark that is in the bottom right corner. So if you just go ahead and click on that question mark. Right. So the question mark is essentially just give feedback. So while you guys are using the application, if there's things that you like, you can tell us if there's things that you don't like, that you want to share with us to let us definitely know that. You can tell us. I click on it, kind of showing. You can type in what your feedback is, and you can go ahead and upload an image as well if you so desire, and then send the feedback through to us. Let's press back on this. Right, so you can tell us things that you like, you can tell us things that you don't. There's things that you think we can do better. We're very much open to as much as possible. We strive on it. So let us know if you have suggestions. And of course, there's things that it's not working the way that you'd like to work in the way that you think it should work, right? And that be an issue. So definitely, reach out to us and let us know that hey, you have an issue. And in the case of all four of these, you can, outside of the typing your feedback, right? You can also upload images if you so desire, right? To let us know, exactly what's going on, and we can take that and immediately work and figure out what to do next. So yeah, so going back to the dashboard, just one last thing to just call out before I close. Right, so the entire application is web responsive, right? And what that means is that if you snap if you were to look on the website from your mobile device, right? What that means is that everything that is here, it will snap very, very nicely onto your mobile device screen. You will see everything and so forth. With no problems at all, right? So don't feel like you have to only use the app, only have to use this website on your laptop, right? It's fully responsive for tablets and phones. And then the last thing to just call out, find it close, is that mobile app coming out very, very, very soon. And when I say very soon, I mean you'll have that before the end of summer for sure. Right, so that would kind of take the same thing and say, hey, I have a mobile app and I'm taking all these loans to keep up to date community and so forth. And in the same case earlier we talked about maybe the garbage I need to be collected. I might have to have my laptop on me, obviously, but I have my phone on me. It's always there. Yeah, so I can just one time go ahead and do it. So look out for the mobile app. I will definitely send you guys a notification around that when it comes out. And yeah, that's it from us here in terms of the demo. So back to you guys.
All right. Keisha, you said that had a few things to just wrap up.
Yes. Thank you, Ricardo, and also Alison. I just wanted to point out quickly things that Matthew did not get an opportunity. Right, but just point out some stuff that Matthew did an opportunity to go into very deeply. Regarding visitor. So we have this special list at the gate where my sister, my friend can get to. That feature is also under visitor management, so you can add the recurrence of your visitor And even when the person is logged in, as in the security bureau, they can come and go, right? Because they're recurring. And the other thing is the alerts. Once an alert is logged, if it is that you are not on the portal, the alert goes to your email address. So you always have an opportunity. Also, once you log into the portal, it's going to pop up on your screen until you exit off, and then it expires within 24 hours. So you're always aware. Additionally, when the mobile app comes, you know how it is to have apps on your phone and you get updates and all of that. The other thing is you are able to see, view, and know and be updated as it relates to your property taxes. So Matthew had not brought that up. But what happened? Sorry, guys. You have the opportunity under your management, as in user management. You can input your information, so your TRN, your folio number, and your property, that long number, land number, so much. And when you put that in, right, you have the opportunity to pay your taxes, also your property taxes, right? Yes, yes. So you know how much money is outstanding, how much money you have paid, and once you click pay, it will bring you to the spot where you need to put your information to make payment on your property taxes. The other thing. All right. So Matthew had, jumped a little bit into the QR code, especially that your visitors will get once it is sent to their email address. Now I know sometimes the gate may not be working, and then when your visitors come up, sometimes there's a build up and all of that. If is that the security will allow for it. Now what can happen with the QR that all of our phones, our smartphones have a QR code reader. Now when your visitor comes up, if it is that they're planning to motors, probably have 3 securities at the gate, letting visitors so that it doesn't have a lot of build up. You literally can drive up to the security, you can show them your QR code, they'll open their phone, your information will pop up on their screen, and they can log you in. So it helps with the flow of the backlog, right? If there's an issue at the gate. And if it's on-time QR code, it expires. You can transfer it to anybody after you use it. And remember that the picture is on it, and you also need an ID. So when your visitor gets the email, is gonna say, "Hey Keisha, somebody from Phoenix Park, I think of her name right now. Colette is logging you. Please remember to bring your ID, right? So the security can know that it's you. And your QR code, like this, they will know that it's definitely you. And make sure that it's on the picture. Just saying, this is not my real right now, but during that time, they'll know that it's you. That's it, guys. So much for being here. Oh, wait, there's questions. I'm gonna look in this side of the mic just in case you want to say something before.
All right. A big thank you. Give them some appreciation for me for taking the time out of their Sunday to come and share with us a very groundbreaking solution. And I think it's going to help us really. So a big thank you to the team for partnering with us. I know that the base now is pitch darkness. We're going to change things a little. There's another important thing on the agenda item. Just before I go to the questions, we're going to quickly deal with the nominations. Then we'll take a break and then finish the agenda items if time allows. All right? But I think it's important for us to cover the nomination before people start exiting meetings or the face. All right? Quick questions. All right, so there will be a process in terms of training for the next couple of weeks. There are some demos that we circulate and that sort of thing. Rely on some of the key persons in the community to help us on board, and we'll train them and train and that sort of situation. This is going to help us greatly aware as well the non-compliance person. So calling the gate will soon be a thing of the past. No calls coming to. No, a committee. There will be no calls to the gate very soon. You need to use the platform. And if you are non-compliant, if you are non-compliant, your access to the platform will be deactivated. So if you need to accept visitors, you have to leave your home and go to the gate and accept them. All right? So that is something that will be coming very soon. Now, we might have situation, downtime in systems and stuff. So, listen guys. So we might have some downtime in the system, and in those events, we will need a system at the gate. So we might have to call in periodically when we have those issues. All right? Guys, can we have waited? If you have a concern, raise it. But we can't disturb the new way, guys. All right? Just before you, I seen a hand over on this side. Mike? What did you do of Wi-Fi at the time? Go ahead.
As in you, the resident, don't have Wi-Fi, or your visitor needs to log in, or but you can. Okay, so the feature also allows security to be able to log in, right? So when not logging in, record information for your visitor because they're always in need that information. Now, what will happen is that once it is that the security logs your visitor for you, you will get an email, and also.
For non-compliant residents. Non-compliant residents. No. Hold on. Let me backtrack. Once we migrate to the system, calling the gate is going to be a thing of the past. All right? If you don't have Wi-Fi to access the system, that's the question you were asking. All right? When you say you don't have Wi-Fi, the resident.
Oh, you got my own system.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right. If I want to get greater efficiency, guys, in the system, all right, we have to sort of operate at the gate. All right? Just hold on, man. Just allow me opportunity. Allow me an opportunity to answer the question. But you don't hear my response. Listen, for us to move to greater efficiency in terms of what we want, all right, we have to make some sacrifices. All right. What we will do at the same time is look to see where we have redundancies to facilitate, because a new application. So as we implement and see those things happening, seem like when we have downtime, but the system is not perfect. You might have a downtime. We'll have to put a backup system in place. So now that you raise the issue of Wi-Fi and those other things, those are things that we'll have to look at internally. VM won't be able to help us with that. We have to look at those things internally, which is what I was saying, right? To see how we adjust to ensure that we are getting what we really want. All right? So it's not perfect. Yes? The technology. Yeah. That's a challenge also, because it even happened in the wider community. Know that when COVID and everybody was pushing online, it impacted the elderly, and companies had to make exceptional situations for those ones. So as a community, we'll also have to look at the different category of persons. All right? And that's the reason why its database help us to categorize sometimes our resident. All right? So we can categorize in terms of Airbnb, rental properties, all of those sort of things. So we can better meet and serve the different category of persons that we have. Yeah.
You must know how to increase your security because let us not mix words. Sometimes scammers and another adjective that I will not say publicly will go into the person and want to protect your and you must all from risk.
Yes. And you see something, you put an alert right into the system right away. You see something, put an alert. Nobody often knows that land me put an alert. All right? So the system is not perfect, guys, but I think this is a step in the right direction, and we'll work in terms of the rollout. Thanks to those concerns, we take it and have discussion internally and also with VM to see how we work on those. All right? Yeah, man. All right, what we're gonna do? So, thanks to V. All right, I know it's a long time out of your Sunday, and safe journey home. All right, and please don't prep yourself before you leave for me. All right. So, I did say that we're gonna break for a short time and have some refreshments. But on some note, I think it's important for us to get the nomination. It's now 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock. We use a couple minutes, get the nomination out, and then we refresh ourselves and see how we wrap the meeting up as quickly as possible. All right, guys.
So let me, what about the online questions?
Oh, my sincere apologies. So let me, my team, what's happening online? Which one of the questions is not answered? Oh, so see a suggestion here about having Wi-Fi issues. We have Wi-Fi at the gazebo. We have Wi-Fi at the gate. You understand it? So some people making some suggestion, which is what we see. All right? So we look at them.
Let me have 2 hands.
You want to use the mic? No, the person's mic area as well. Where's the mic?
Hello. Good night, everyone. Thing is, based on conversation, it's like a secret that people don't have an option. That is not.
All right. Let me correct that. Yes.
That's the same thing.
All right, go ahead, my boss.
Person don't have Wi-Fi. And I said phone call, not the call. So what if my grandmother is use phone?
But that's what I'm saying. We hear the concern, and we're going to take.
One more question.
Yes? Yes.
Because she can make a phone call to security help.
But listen to what I'm saying. No?
But listen.
The concern that is raised. Yes.
You need to have options. Listen, as advanced technology, wherever you want to go find. If you have options, that's all we're saying. Don't tell us what to do in our way with things for a year. You can't do that.
So, all right. So can I respond to you?
Listen. Great. You guys are not researching this security things safely. This thing is like a we are it. They just streamline this first and run it. Based on what I'm seeing on the app, when it's loaded, it have a backup. No, it have a backup. Even if it's part of the same time. We need to streamline this first and see how many people can be locked. See if we have a glitch or anything.
So that's what I'm saying to you, that in July, the system has been stress tested. In rule system, hold on. In rolling out the system, we're also going to be some internal testing of the system. But we first can test it when we create the accounts. As it is now, we are creating the accounts, and I want to backtrack a little. We are not in any dictatorship here. We came to the community. We came to the community with all the proposals in terms of project. Allow the community to vote, and the community voted for the application. So I don't want us to get it. All right? No. When we are, hold on, when we are discussing it, we are hearing concerns which are good, because that is how you improve. And so those concerns that are raised, they are not shut out. We are saying, hold on. We are saying, allow us. Well, we can't speak for everybody. Hold on. I'm saying, hold on. We are saying, now that the concerns that are raised, we will take those concerns and review them. How dictatorship come into that? We're not into that, Mike. So I'm saying to you that we will take your concern, her concern, the concern. We're going to take all the concerns before and review and ensure that we fine-tune the system. We have backup and redundancies in place to the entire community. Huh? It's the same thing I said a while ago. All right, hold on. Guys, hold on. I want us to have this discussion. All right, and we're going to have it. We're going to properly ventilate. We're going to continue the discussion even outside of this meeting. All right, but I want to ensure that, given the time, we get a very important thing out the way, nation, and then we'll continue some of these robust discussions. Last one. All right, listen, right?
Yes, in defense of the resident, a resident.
All right.
When it was said, based on this biology, didn't know. This is one thing that app is going to solve: communication. Because when things come central and it goes through their space, some persons are in a character assassination that don't pass on the information, and the same executive is blamed. So this app, when you go in, you get everything one time. There can't be any perception of mechanism.
All right, thanks very much. All right, guys. So we have a very critical point on the agenda, which is the nomination for new officers. All right, and this is important, both for who are here face to face and those who are in virtual. We have several positions that are available. So we have at the exec level. All right, we have the chairman of the community. We have 2 VPs, VP1, VP2. All right, we have a treasurer, assistant treasurer. We have the secretary and secretary. We have the PRO, and the assistant PRO, and we have the phase leads, all right, from the phases. But what we're going to do first is to deal with the exec and then move to the phases. Now, I want to just make clear some of the rules of engagement in terms of the nomination process. At the phase level, though, we have a similar situation. We have the phase lead, the assistant phase lead. We have the PRO, the treasurer. We have the assistant treasurer, assistant secretary. Sorry. All right. So it's a replica of all the positions that are also at the exec level. All right. So we're going to be doing it in phases. You can only vote for your phase team if you are a member of that phase. In terms of nominating, that is. Let me correct that. Not vote, but you can only nominate nominate somebody for a face position from that face. All right. Now, the other thing as well is that ensure if you are nominating or anybody is nominating you that they are compliant. Because if you are not compliant, you can't nominate anybody for office. All right. So if somebody is going to nominate you, check they are compliant. Ask them, are you compliant? All right. Because if they are not compliant and when we check that is confirmed, then your nomination will be rescinded. All right. Only one person can offer themselves from each household because each household have one vote. All right. Each nomination must be seconded. So you have somebody who nominate and somebody who second. You can nominate yourself. All right. Persons also can nominate persons who are not here physically. All right. Because we know some persons might be traveling and all of that. So once you nominate those persons, they'll get an opportunity to either accept or reject. All right. Subsequent. You can be nominated for also more than one position. So you could be nominated for an exec position and also a face position. But if you are successful in the election process with both positions, then you'll have to rescind one. That one that you rescind is going to go to the runner-up. All right? So those are the rules of engagement in the nomination process. And have the book, my secretary, ready for me? We're going to now go to the nomination process. Yes, we're going to start with the exec level. All right. We're going to put the position of chairman. We're starting at the top. All right. So remember, when you are nominating someone, you need, by the way, it must be a homeowner. All right. It also must be a homeowner, all right, to approve, to nominate someone. And when you're nominating someone, you need to give your lot and name, all right, full name, all right, last and first name, but we need to check, verify your compliance, all right. So the first one that we're going to start with is the position of chairman of the community. All right, do we have the once nomination? So we have some hands up. Let me go to these persons on the equipment for me, guys. What's her name here? Oh. All right, so as first now in virtual land is first off the bat. P, open your mic, go ahead.
Hi, good evening. This is not a nomination. This was just something that persons were querying about the application. I know in this age of technology, they are building apps now that don't need data or Wi-Fi. You just need to connect to the data and it won't use any service on your phone. It was just something that you could carry back VMBS to develop the application like that, a green application that doesn't need data.
We had that discussion with the team, and there's an app that is coming later in July, and you'll get further information on it.
Okay, so that was really the concern for persons who saying that they don't have Wi-Fi.
That will help to solve some of the concerns about the inability of having Wi-Fi.
Right.
Thanks much for that.
Cool.
I'm seeing another hand up. Fat Girl Magic. Not sure who that is. Open your mic and go ahead. Open your mic and go ahead.
I beg to second.
Yeah, can you wait there?
Lot 13.
Oh, yeah, me want go in probably pan the PRO in a girl cause can
Hello.
Yes, me. I am online. My name is Shannon Kajino 4. 1504.
There are three hands up in the
My hand it up for Crystal Lee Campbell. My hand was up for Crystal Lee Campbell. Treasurer. Campbell. Kevin, 1426.
Second Shante Martin. Martin. Yeah. Yeah. Glenroy Brian, lot 1224. R1832. 4. R1832. 224 R1832 R34. Yeah.
Second, Kevin Brown, 1426. Yes. Another one, Sean Lambert. Sean Lambert, honor for Sean Lambert.
Hello. Yes, and there's also somebody speaking as well. Hello. Is it that you guys would hear me? I heard Stephen's name mentioned. I don't hear about any second name. I don't hear it being recorded. I'm not sure if left I did hear something. Was he nominated for something to do with PRO? That is Mr. Okay. No answer. That is.
Meeting finish or some mics just mute because it's just pure dead ear we hear on this side.
Yes, you talk. Look at the online people and they're really necessary
They're
in
just
this thing
having
right
mic
now.
issues, guys. They're just having mic issues. That's why.
Okay.
It would be good if somebody tell us, because we just here listening, wondering what's happening. A member posed a question and we had no response, so we don't know what happened. Yes, that's my name. Is that a response to the questions asked?
Can somebody just go online with their phone? Hello? Anna Hawkins? You are speaking, Anna? Okay. All right. Treasurer, we finished that one. Finished assistant PRO completed. We are now down to secretary and the assistant secretary. Any assistant secretary? We got one already, no? All right, going once. Going twice. We have Miss Winter. Odia Hamilton. By Sherika. Seconded by Colette Ball, 528. It is Hamilton is here? Okay. All right, so somebody said Anna asked about Stephen nomination, if he was successful. Oh, so Stephen is successful with assistant PRO nomination. He declined the PRO nomination. So I hope that answers it. All right, so we have closed the stand. Secretary, do we have any other? All right, so that closes the nominations for, we're now at the phase level, and we're going to start with phase 5 to this week. All right? So we're going to start for phase 5. Go ahead. Peter Chambers, lot 1940. Hold on. 1942. And the second by? No, I heard the lady first. Patrick, lot? Why? No, the second. She's not offering herself. All right? So much Patrick. Any other phase lead nomination for phase?
Yes. Khadija Dunkley.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Khadija Dunkley.
Hold on. Khadija Dunkley.
Khadija
Dunkley. And your name and lot?
Shante Martin, lot 1224.
Shante Martin, lot 1224. Seconded by?
Glenroy Brian.
Glenroy Brian.
Yeah. Lot 1830.
1832.
Yeah.
I see a hand up. Glenroy Brian. 1830. I see Sherrose. Your hand is up. Go ahead.
For phase 4 lead.
No. We are at phase 5.
Okay.
All right. And guys, remember, make sure that the persons who are voting or nominating persons for the phases, that you are from that phase. You have to be from the phase to vote, to nominate your committee.
Right now, Shannon.
All right. So if you are not from the phase, when we check and we confirm that, your vote nomination is going to be not void.
I would like to confirm that I'm actually from phase 5 as well.
No, that is fine. I'm just repeating it for general purposes. So the persons nominating and seconding must be from the same phase that you're nominating the person for. All right. Any other phase lead for phase 5 nomination? So we have what, 2? Any other?
36.
Who is that?
30, 31. 30.
Shy, are you saying something, Shy?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Close the mic for me, please. Sherrose, is that a hand up? Sherrose?
You reached the next phase yet?
No, not the next phase yet. All right. All right, good. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, gone. So that's the phase 5 lead. Assistant lead for phase 5. All right. Assistant lead for phase 5. No?
No, not executive, just lead.
They have to. They all have to be a thing. All right? All right, so let me quickly do it. So now for assistant lead. Okay. So the ones that we don't have any nomination for, I'm going to leave those open. And I'll tell you how to leave them open for. Make a note for me. Treasurer for 5. No. Assistant treasurer for 5. PRO for phase 5. Secretary, phase 5. All right, so I'll have to do something over phase 5. All right, so we speak further today. So the 2 persons who nominate, who are nominated for phase lead, need to have some discussion with the phase. All right, we get to phase 5. Phase 4. Phase lead for phase 4. Go ahead, Rose.
Stephen Levy. I name Stephen Levy. My name is Carly Harrison, and I'm 1562.
Stephen Levy,
for president. Yes, for the phase lead. For phase lead, I'm lot 1562.
1562. You got that? All right. Seconded by Stephen Longmore.
Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown, 1426.
Kevin Brown, who you nominated?
Stephen Levy.
Yeah, you were seconded already. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Any other phase lead for phase 4? All right. So Stephen has declined the phase lead for phase 4. Any other phase lead for phase 4?
Carlton Clark.
Repeat.
Carlton Clark.
Hold on, let's go one more time. Carlton Clark by Kevin Brown, lot
1426.
1426. Second by?
Sean Lambert, 1534.
Sean Lambert, 1534.
Yes.
All right. There was another nomination. Christina Lambert.
No, Christina Harwood.
Christina Harwood, by you. Seconded by Crystal Lee Campbell. Any other nomination for phase lead? Phase 4? Going once, going twice, gone. All right. Assistant phase lead. Crystal Lee Campbell. Ashna Tyrell. Second line. Stephen Lee, 1395. Tyrell, that's a lot number. 1239. All right. I seen one here, Crystalline Campbell. Okay, no, that was the recording. All right, so that's it for assistant. Any other? Going once, twice, gone. All right, so we're now at PRO. Anybody for PRO, phase 4? Christina Howard. Seconded by Christina Howard. Seconded by? Anybody second Christina?
Second by Sean Lambert.
Sean Lambert.
Lot 1534.
1534. You got that? Assistant PRO.
I'm nominating Lakeisha Nelson.
Lakeisha Nelson. Who making the nomination? Shanberg.
Yes, that's me.
Second, Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown, second. We're now at we're not assistant PRO. Any other assistant PRO? Peter Gato. Your name? Crystal Lee Campbell. Seconded by Longer. Stephen Longmore. All right, secretary. Secretary. Phase 4. Huh? Who? 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 Florette Kelly. And you are Crystal Lee Campbell. Seconded by? Seconded by? Seconded by? Material. That's who now. That's who now talking. Assistant Secretary. Do I have treasurer? Assistant Secretary. All right, we'll move on. Treasurer for phase 4. Kevin Brown and Steve Moore. Seconded by?
I decline.
Who declined?
Kevin Brown.
Kevin declined. Kevin, make sure we don't hear you nominate about it. All right. Any other treasurer? Phase 4. All right, leave that open. Just put a question sign there. Assistant treasurer. Phase 4. Leave that open as well. So we're not. Hello? All right, we can stay down. All right. So we're now at phase 3. All right. Phase 3, phase lead. Sorry. Adrian Jackson. Who is the nominee? The person nominee? What? Stephen, help with the mic or something. Not Claudine Jackson. 843. No, that's fine. Yeah. Seconded by Stephen. Leighton, sorry. Any other phase lead? No? Phase lead for phase 3? Going once? Going twice? 3, gone. All right, assistant lead. Phase 3. Assistant phase lead. Erica Donaldson by Henry. What's it? Who second? Who second? That problem, Sammy. Second by Shariel. All right. Any other nomination for assistant phase lead? Phase 3? Going once? Body in the chat. Going once, going twice. Third time. All right. Treasurer for phase 3. Treasurer for phase 3. Shariel Williams, Camille. Nominator, second by? You can pay for two things. You choose one if you're successful at both. Huh? Five? Going once, going twice, 3 times. Huh? Neil? Jeremy and Williams? Lot number? Oh, it's the Jeremy and Williams. Sorry. All right, confidence. All right. Assistant treasurer. Assistant treasurer, phase 3.
Me,
Colina Doctor. By Shariel. Seconded by Camille Henry. So that's treasurer. No man, that was assistant treasurer. Assistant treasurer going once, twice. Third gone. Secretary. Phase 3, secretary. Phase 3, secretary. Secretary, phase 3. Melissa Smith. By Camille Henry. Seconded by? Seconded by?
Oh, somebody there.
Philip Tucker. Slot. Huh? 6:35. Assistant. Felicia. No, what is that? Treasurer? Secretary. Felicia Gibbons. By you. By Alex Russell. 701.
1101.
All right, 11-0. Any more for secretary? Phase 3, going once, twice, gone. Assistant secretary. Assistant. No more chat. All right, put a question. All right, we're now down to PRO. PRO, phase 3. PRO, phase 3. Yeah, normally come on the list ready. Huh? David Bonner. By Camille. Seconded by Sherika Russell. Any other PRO? Erica McDonaldson. Camille. Seconded by? Seconded by? Keisha Cameron. Any other PRO? All right, 1, 2, 3 gone. Assistant PRO, phase 3. Going one, twice.
Latoya Kelly.
Latoya Kelly. And who nominating? Who's nominating Latoya Kelly? Hello?
Kelly, now I was seconding somebody just a row. Nominated or
Latoya, talk to us. Are you nominating someone or second?
No, I'm nominating myself to be the assistant PRO.
The PRO. Okay, good.
Right,
and the PRO or the assistant?
The assistant PRO.
The assistant PRO. Any second for Latoya Kelly for assistant PRO? No. So what's your lot number, Latoya?
623.
623. Who is second in Latoya? Who is second in Latoya? You are phase 3? You have to be from phase 3. Sophia Ingram. Lot 936. Any other assistant PRO for phase 3? Going once, twice, gone. Which other position? That's it. I get that already. All right. So with 2. All right. Phase 2, phase lead. Phase lead. Who is the phase lead? Anthony. Second. Any other phase lead? Any other phase lead? Going once? Any in the chat? Gone. Assistant lead for phase 2. Going once? Twice? Gone. Put a sign there. Treasurer, phase 2. Tamika Spence. All right. Second, Ingrid. Call it ball. Where we are now? Assistant. Treasurer. Assistant treasurer. Phase 2. Question sign. Nobody in the chat. Secretary, phase 2. Kimberly, second by. Who? Ingrid. The last name Ingrid? Ingram. What we done now? Assistant. Also, secretary. Any other first secretary for phase 2? 1, 2, 3. Gone. Assistant secretary. Huh? Delia, what's the last name? Orinthia Williams. Who's second? Ingrid, second. Any other for assistant secretary? Did you have any PRO for the phase? Did you have PRO for that? PRO for phase 3? Phase 2, sorry. Huh? Super. Trisha. I call it secondary. Ingrid. Any other for PRO? Any other for PRO? Assistant PRO for phase 2? Get the name for me, Colin. We move on. Okay. Stans. Melrose Stans. All right, call it more. Who's second? Ingrid. Who we have there now? Assistant PRO. All right. So that covers everybody now for phase 2. The one was question time. Assistant lead was question. Devon Johnson. By calling by Ingrid. Assistant treasurer was question sign. All right. still, Assistant Secretary was questioned, sir. Secretary. Assistant Secretary.
Oh, we have orange here.
Oh, we have orange here. That's fine. There was no question. All right. Okay, good. All right, so we are close for now for phase 2. Phase 1. Phase lead for phase 1. All right, go ahead, Najee Hamilton.
I beg to nominate Martin Welcome.
Martin.
Donnie Dixon, lot
Donnie
327.
Donnie Dixon for Martin. Who's second? 3-2. Donnie, you are 3-2-1 or 3-2-7?
327.
3-2-7. All right, seconded by Lanny Main. Seconded by Lanny Main. Assistant lead. Any assistant lead for phase 1? Put a question sign for now. Treasurer for phase 1. Treasurer for phase 1, guys. Treasurer for phase 1. Oh, yeah, we can't vote. Phase 1.
Oh.
All right. Juanita Brown. Anybody seconding that for me? Juanita Brown.
Beg to second that, Lani.
Second come. Second.
Okay.
Secretary and treasurer. Second by man. Welcome. Me. All right. Assistant treasurer. Who's the current assistant? Martin. Who's the current treasurer? Assistant treasurer.
Casey.
No. Casey Thompson. Assistant treasurer, played by Lanny Main. Any other assistant treasurer? Secretary for phase 1. Secretary for phase 1. Going once, twice. Question, son. Assistant treasurer for phase 1. Going once, twice, third. Question sign. Where are we now? So we are PRO for phase 1. Nominating Chantal. Seconded.
I beg to second that.
Seconded by Danique.
Right.
With Susan. So you're in phase 3. It's a presumptuous. Yeah, coming back to it. Where are we now? Assistant PRO. Oh, sorry. PRO. Is there any other nomination for PRO? Going once. Susan Webb. Seconded by Susan Webb. All right, I second it. All right, where are we now? That we just did. No, hold on. So we do all our secretary, treasurer, PRO, phase lead. All right, phase 5. Go back to phase 5. That was for which position? PRO. But who making the nomination? Who making the nomination?
Samantha, Clark, myself, and Andy is second.
They are both phase 5. What numbers?
Andrew, what's your that number?
name?
Samantha.
Angeline. Mhm. Mhm. Hyphen. Hyphen.
Samantha had her hand.
What's your last name again?
Questions. We can make it afterwards, after today.
The ones that are open.
Samantha Parks. All right, thanks, Angie.
All right, there's a hand up. Which hand was up? Which hand was up? Somebody hand was up, Samantha? No? All right. So that's where we're going to be closing the nominations then, guys, for now. The areas, the positions in the different phases that we don't have any persons for, we're going to be preparing the full list, and we will engage the phase leads for them to do some canvassing to get persons to nominate by tomorrow or the latest Tuesday, so we can get things going. All right. Now, we are far spent in terms of we're not able to finish the agenda for tonight. So we'll have to engage again, maybe on an online platform. All right. So could we have someone move for the adjournment of the meeting until then? All right. Adjourned by Fiona, second by Leighton, and it's now 9:06. Refreshments are here, so if you want to refresh yourself again, please feel free to. The persons online, if you want to come and refresh yourself, you can do likewise. All right? All right, thanks. Take.